Hi and welcome back again. I'm really happy you decided to join me for this third video. Over the last two videos, I told you why golfers tend to play poorly and what they can do to start playing better. In this video, I will be sharing with you how you can start the process of shooting the scores you desire. I touched on this a little bit previously, but would like to go into a little bit more detail to help things make a little more sense. A lot of people, when they share information with you, it is usually brief and doesn't have a lot of details. They tell you what to do, not the how to do it. And that is what this is all about. It's about actually helping you. Golf is a lot more fun when you're better at it. Believe me, I've been on both ends of the spectrum and I still thoroughly enjoy making every single birdie. And why wouldn't I? It's proof that the work I'm putting in is paying off. And it proves that what I'm working on is the correct stuff for me to work on. Plus, making birdies is exciting. Making putts is a huge confidence booster. Look no further than Jordan Spieth. Do you think he gets jacked up hitting a driver or dropping 25-footers on his competition? Here's a hint. The crowd gets louder for his putts than for his drives. Now, because everyone is different, we all need to work on different things to get better. Some of us need to work on things that complement what we do well, and others need to work on things that help our weaknesses, to help us fine-tune our scoring. So getting back to the how. I mentioned in an earlier video about developing go-to shots around the greens. And so I would like to start there with going over how to develop one. A go-to shot is a shot that you can rely on even in the most stressful of situations. You have it down and you aren't afraid to use it. It performs very well for you day in and day out and is usually the shot you choose to play whenever possible. And the great thing about a go-to shot is that they aren't difficult to cultivate. We all have favorite shots that we'd like to hit around the greens, so let's start there. That can be the start of your go-to shot. Now you will need to spend a few days practicing this shot a lot. You will want to figure out everything you can with it, how it flies, how it rolls, what kind of bounces does it take, can you vary your setup with it and drastically change how the shot reacts. These are things you need to figure out. Knowing the ins and outs of the shot are what make it a go-to shot. It gives you the confidence to play the shot when the pressure is on. I hope this helps clear up some things on that front. And so moving on, I'm going to dig a little deeper into your putting. I talked about getting better with reading greens and how important that is to playing better. But now I want to go a little more detail on how to do that. Let's start out with putts that are inside 8 feet. Did you know that the vast majority of putts made happen within 8 feet? And that there is a very steep drop-off outside of putts that are 8 feet. I've always been a big fan of throwing down balls in a circle around the hole and then knocking them in. Seeing the ball go into the hole and hearing it rattle around inside add confidence to your putting. Plus, it also is helpful on a subconscious level, which is very important to your putting. Now, I want you to start at about 3 feet and work your way around the hole. Eventually, you will miss a few putts. The key is figuring out why you missed those putts and what you can do moving on to make more of them. Was it the read, the stroke, the alignment, the speed? These things matter, and figuring them out on a smaller scale can directly help you when you are faced with longer putts. After a while, you will start to see the break a lot easier and things will just make sense. You will recognize your tendencies and be able to correct them a lot faster. Lastly, I'd like to take a little time and talk to you about your yardages. Do you know how far you hit each club? Do you know the range of yardages you hit each club? Any idea what the average distance you hit each club is? Odds are you probably don't have a clue, and neither do most golfers. So if you want to be better than most golfers, you need to know this stuff. Now, I know what you're thinking. How the heck am I going to be able to keep track of how far each club goes and the range of yardages it flies in average distance when I only play a few times a month? Easy. You write it down on a note card and get it laminated, and you keep it in your pocket when you're playing. It's completely legal, and to be honest, a lot of good players have charts like that to help keep things simple when they are on the course. Now, there are 2 great ways to figure out these yardages. The best way is to spend a couple hours on a TrackMan and have their software do the averages and everything for you, and then you just write them down from there. The next best way is to go out onto the golf course when there isn't anyone playing and hit shots from certain yardages and see where they end up. Remember to measure only from the pitch marks, not from where the ball has ended up. You want carry yardages, not carry plus roll. And the TrackMan is a whole lot easier and a whole lot more accurate and a whole lot more precise than you measuring these by hand. And plus, it calculates and gives you all the information you could ever want for you. Now, I hope you've gotten a lot of great information out of this. My intent has been to help you get a greater understanding of what it takes to get better at golf and how you can start implementing those changes right away. I know some things may seem a little overwhelming at first, but trust me, once you get them down, it will make things a whole lot easier. Now, before I let you go, one more time, I want to recommend you go to my website at www.tylerdicegolf.com. Check me out there. Follow me on all my social medias, Facebook, Twitter. I am on Snapchat. And please go to my YouTube page. I got tons of great videos on there that I would really appreciate it if you guys watched. So check me out all there, and I will see you guys on the next video.